Ayo, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Alright, this video is about MLS expansion. So, we have, looks 29 teams, and they've done a lot of expansion the past decade, 2 decades. The MLS was created in the 1990s. Ultimately, it was basically to get the 94 FIFA World Cup. It looks like the US was forced to found an American Major League Soccer. So I think that I'm really happy with how successful soccer has become here in the United States. I went to a Chicago Fire game when I was very young. I think it was 12 or 13, and there just wasn't a whole lot of people in the stands, and the sport wasn't entirely as popular as it is now. Obviously, Messi just came. You got David Beckham, who owns Inter Miami, and the sport of soccer, especially MLS, has grown exponentially, especially within the past decade, which I'm very excited about because I'm a huge soccer fan, and I've been a soccer fan for a while. I played soccer most of my life growing up. So 29 teams, potential room for expansion. They have a lot of markets covered. Let's kind of go through the teams. You got Vancouver, Seattle, Portland. You got a trifecta up here: San Jose, LA Galaxy. You got Los Angeles Football Club, Los Angeles FC. You got Salt Lake, Colorado, Colorado Rapids, Kansas City, Sporting Kansas City. You got Dallas, Austin, Houston. Austin, I'm a huge Matthew McConaughey fan. I think he's a minority owner. St. Louis looks like they just got added very recently, just this season. A team from San Diego is planned to enter in 2025. So there's going to be another one here in California. Minnesota, I gotta say, the stadium that the Minnesota United play at is gorgeous. I just want to, like, Allianz Field, this very recent 2019, definitely one of the places I would love to see a soccer game. Um, Chicago Fire, they now play at Soldier Field. What else we got? Columbus Crew. That was one of the OG ones I know. Cincy, Nashville. You got Atlanta United. I know Arthur Blank, who owns the Falcons, owns United. They play at Mercedes Benz. Orlando. You got Inter Miami. You got Charlotte FC. Got DC United. Philadelphia Union. You got New York Red Bulls. New York City FC, who currently play at Yankee Stadium, but they're building their own. You got Toronto, Montreal, and New England Revolution, who is also owned by football counterpart. So New England Patriots owner owns New England Revolution as well. Gotta say, very cool logo. Robert Kraft owns both Revolution and the Patriots. Both play at Gillette. So that's kind of currently it looks like the next expansion team from San Diego is coming in within the next year or so. But potentially, what other areas of growth? What other cities might be really cool for a MLS squad? Vegas potentially. Maybe you can play at the new Raider Stadium. I think the facilities are there. I think Vegas has shown over the past decade, especially with the Raiders and the A's moving, Vegas Golden Knights. I think the Vegas metro area would be really cool, especially for an NBA team, especially for the A's moving to the city as a baseball team. I think a soccer team would be really cool. I think this would be very beneficial. I think the Valley, Phoenix metro area, Phoenix, Mesa, Scottsdale area in Phoenix would be good. Maybe play at what's that? State Farm Field in I think it's Glendale. I don't know. I know that's where the Cardinals play. Beautiful indoor stadium. I think that would be a really cool place for a potential expansion franchise. Maybe Vegas, maybe Phoenix. You already got a team in Salt Lake, Real Salt Lake, Colorado Rapids. You already got 3 teams in Texas Triangle, so you got Texas market covered. What else? We got St. Louis just joined, Nashville, Atlanta, Charlotte. I think a team in either Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, or a combination would be cool. Maybe, you got Ford Field in Detroit, very indoor facility. You can have very controlled environment. I think same thing with Indianapolis. I think Lucas Oil Stadium is a gorgeous facility. I think that would be a really cool backdrop for an MLS squad. I think Indianapolis would be a really cool place. Detroit would be a cool place. Wisconsin, I think would be cool, but I don't know. The weather might be a little too much. I mean, the Packers play what's known as the frozen tundra, so I don't know. I think Indy and Detroit would be cool for a squad. Maybe one in Richmond or Virginia Beach. I think that would be interesting. In Virginia, maybe one in Baltimore. But then again, that might saturate the market a little too much. You got DC, Philly, a couple of squads in New York and New Jersey. But yeah, there are a handful of places. It depends on how many teams you want to add. They're already at 29. Do you add 2 or 3 to get to 32? Maybe in Vegas, Phoenix, maybe Detroit or Indy, or maybe one in Virginia, or maybe even Winnipeg, or something up in Calgary or Edmonton. As we hop over to Google Maps, I think Calgary, Edmonton, or Winnipeg in Canada would be very cool. You got Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal. Do you add more teams in Canada? Do you focus specifically on just U.S. Markets to get into? But maybe Cleveland or Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh MLS team would be kind of cool. You already got Philadelphia Union, which is very successful. Maybe Pittsburgh or Cleveland. I think I would lean more on Pittsburgh because they already have. I don't know. I think it's a little bit better weather because if you have that lake effect off Lake Erie and you're playing in Cleveland, it can get very, cold. So I think Pittsburgh would be a cool one. So maybe Pittsburgh, Indy, Detroit, maybe someone in Virginia, NOLA, maybe. I don't know. I think NOLA would be a very interesting option to explore. But definitely Phoenix, definitely Vegas, and maybe Calgary, Edmonton, or Winnipeg in Canada. So that is my thoughts on MLS expansion. I'm very happy that they've done expansion and the sport has grown exponentially within the past decade or so, ever since I went to that MLS game at that point in time when the interest in MLS franchises weren't as high as they are now. So MLS has the opportunity to have so much potential and continue to be wildly successful going into the future, and I'm really happy to see where the league goes and the fact that Americans, we are taking more interest in soccer. I think that's a really great and unique opportunity. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.